Hey there, all you cool, epic, and awesome fans, followers, and listeners. Welcome to episode 67 of the Cool, Epic, Awesome podcast. My name is Matt, and I'll be your co-host today.
And I'm the other co-host, Joe.
And welcome, everyone. Episode 67. Got some exciting things going on. The Oscars just happened last night.
Did a lot of movie news this week.
Yeah, had an Anora sweep last night. Have some Marvel and DC news for those of you guys that are interested in that. And, sadly, the only bad thing about this episode is there was no notable film releases, really.
Yeah.
So we actually had to turn to you guys, the fans, to tell us what movie to watch. And that's the movie that we're going to start with, which is actually Face Off. And quick shout out to Jack in the Box Office on Instagram for recommending that. Your recommendation got the most votes to watch. So a lot of people seemed hyped for us to watch this.
Yeah.
And but Jack in the Box Office, good looks for that. And everyone, I'm pretty sure you have a podcast, so go check out his podcast, check out his Instagram. And yeah, we'll talk Face Off.
Yeah.
This is one that I had heard about, and
Yeah.
it's one of a Nick Cage kind of classic, one of his movies.
Yeah, I honestly never heard of it before until it was mentioned. But,
So you want to read the synopsis, Joe?
Yeah, I got the synopsis pulled up right now. In order to trap him, he must become him. In order to foil a terrorist plot, an FBI agent undergoes facial transplant surgery and assumes the identity of a criminal mastermind. The plan turns sour when the criminal wakes up prematurely and seeks revenge. Honestly, this movie was a lot of fun. I knew nothing really about it going into it, and Nicolas Cage plays his kind of usual type of manic character, and John Travolta plays a FBI agent. But one thing I actually think is pretty unique about the story is that because they do switch faces, both actors get to play both characters, which is kind of interesting to see both of their portrayals on it. I also really like the action. The action set pieces were awesome, huge, big, grand set pieces with helicopters and planes. It feels like they really don't do stuff like that anymore, honestly. So I really
very
appreciate that.
very Michael Bay-esque in ways with the explosions and stuff like that.
Yes,
and it seemed to be all practical too.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that when the airplanes crashed into the hangar, that was practical. So they only had one shot to do it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it looked great. I mean, I like how it. Well, first of all, just to start, the premise of this movie is so dumb.
It's insane. Yeah, it's kind of
crazy. So stupid, but it works, kind of.
Yeah,
just because of the actors involved, but it's just so dumb. Oh, sorry, did you hear my dog just freak out? But because of Nick Cage and Travolta, these two guys that can be a leading man, I guess, but just their style of acting is so goofy. And it's funny to see them, like you mentioned, Travolta acting as Nick Cage as his character.
His character, yeah.
It's just really funny.
Yeah.
But, it's also, it has sci-fi elements, which I guess I didn't really expect, but in terms it's not set in the future, but they have this technology that can just swap faces, and they change the voices and stuff, change their hairline. So yeah, I didn't really expect that, but at its core, it's just a stupid action movie.
Yeah, I mean, other like you said, I guess really the action set pieces and Cage and Travolta really are the highlights of the movie, but it's just kind of after that, not really much going on.
Yeah, even from the beginning though, it sets itself as this should not really be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's a huge over the top.
There's that funny scene with introducing Nick Cage's character, and he goes up to the choir of the.
Oh yeah.
I guess they're nuns or something, and he just grabs the girl's ass, and it's just so stupid.
Insane,
yeah. But I like how they just fully buy into that, and I think it works for the better because the concept is goofy. You may as well just go goofy with it. Don't try to play this serious.
I agree.
You know. But yeah, at the beginning, honestly, the acting is pretty horrible. At the beginning, at least. Travolta was noticeably bad at the beginning.
I didn't like Travolta's wife either, honestly.
Yeah, she wasn't the best either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, not that Travolta's known for being like a really good actor, aside from Pulp Fiction, but that stood out to me that he was like noticeably bad.
Yeah.
When he's playing Nick Cage, then he's better. I think.
I agree with that actually.
He
just feels like weird. I don't know. He almost like doesn't fit the role.
I mean, I think he does. I don't know. Apparently, it was supposed to be Sylvester Stallone and Arnold. That's like who the movie was originally written for.
Really?
Yeah, but then they went with Cage and what's his face? Travolta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I can't. Cage's character, I can't picture like Schwarzenegger doing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who would have been who.
I feel like it would have been him.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, what else can we really mention about like the story or?
It's very. Oh well, Nicolas Cage's character is allegedly killed John Travolta's character's son, so they kind of have like this ongoing.
No, he did kill him.
No, I know, but like I didn't want to. I don't know.
Bro, it's the first scene in the movie. What do you mean?
No, well, what's the scene with like the other kid?
Bro, that's like, I gotta get their names. Hold on. Sorry, because I don't want to keep calling them Nick Cage. Because it's okay. Castor Troy. That's like the actual evil guy. That's Nick Cage. That's his son. That's his actual son.
Why does it look just like the fucking?
I don't know. And then at the end of the movie, Travolta's character, who's like Archer, Sean Archer, he like adopts the kid or something.
That's why I thought it was his son.
It's not, dude. They visit the son's grave and stuff.
I thought it was like he thought he killed him and he was keeping him alive the whole time. That's why he was so weird when he saw the kid. Remember, like he first meets the kid and he starts like doing all the weird, like he's like rubbing his face and stuff like that.
That's just like one of the weird things though in the movie.
I thought they were implying like that was supposed to be his son.
No,
he just,
it's not. It's not. His son got shot in the chest.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying. I thought like I don't know, movie magic. They kept him alive or something. And he's like, oh, that's why it was a secret for this whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's confusing. I actually had a note written. I was like, did I miss something? Why does he take his son at the end? Because I don't get like why he would adopt the kid.
Yeah.
Because the mother's still alive, right? Or did she die? I forget.
No, I think she's alive.
I don't know.
I didn't see her like I don't remember.
I mean, Castor Troy gets killed. Yeah, for sure.
With the harpoon,
that harpoon,
and then he like tries to cut his face off at the end.
Yeah.
What was he trying to do in that scene?
I don't even know, dude.
I was trying to figure it out.
It's so dumb. The movie is just
it's
so
fun,
dumb.
but it's like it's fun. It's not.
No,
like,
I like it.
Yeah.
I really like it, but it's so stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
But like I said, if it tried to take itself seriously, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah.
But the fact that it kind of goes all in really works.
Do you have a favorite scene?
I like the final action scene with the boats and everything exploding, and then they have like this crazy chase. I just thought that perfectly like embodied what the film was. The action, the over the top dumb stuff. There's one part of it where there's like a boat flies in the air and like explodes.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
It explodes in midair, but then like Castor Troy and Sean Archer like both fall out, but they're like clearly CGI like doubles. It just looks so dumb and over the top, but it works though. It's funny.
They fly though, like it's like they like.
Yeah, a lot of the stunt work was also over the top. I would notice like someone would get shot, and it would be clear that they have like a string on them that would just like yank them back, and they would go flying. But I like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like slapstick humor kind of thing.
I know you mentioned that this director has done like previous action films in the past, right? Yeah,
so this was directed by John Woo, who I know the name. I know people always say like, "Oh, he's such a great action director." I haven't seen any of his other films. I saw the film Silent Night, I think from last year or the year before.
Yeah,
that was the Joel Kinnaman like Christmas one.
Yeah, he's like deaf,
and
right, or something. Yeah,
I've seen Mission Impossible 2 as well, which he also did. But he has let me pull up Letterboxd.
He has a couple.
Hard Boiled. That seems interesting based on the poster.
Let me see. A
Look
cop
at that.
loses his partner in a shootout with a gun. Smugglers go on a mission to catch them in order
Dude,
to
but
get
look at the
closer.
poster. It's
Oh,
like
what the fuck?
it's like a guy with a shotgun holding a newborn.
Baby.
Let's see what else we got.
What's
The Killer that came out last year. Interesting.
Red Cliff.
This movie came out in, let's see,
What?
1997.
Which one?
This one, Face Off. And
Oh,
face
yeah.
transplants are like a thing now medically, right?
Yeah, for like burn. Yeah, I mean,
I've heard of one. I've heard of people getting a face transplant.
people do get them. It's like mostly with burns and stuff like that. When people get really bad burnt faces.
I noticed the when they do like the reconstruction of the ear scene,
Yeah.
that's kind of very similar to how 3D printing is today.
Yeah, that
Which
is
is kinda
actually
weird.
weird. Yeah, even
Yeah.
when because sometimes they 3D print like. I don't know if they do it. This is like. Eventually, they will like 3D print like organs and layers of cells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I've heard stuff where they like people have like a burn on their arm and they like scan. We're getting off topic, but they like scan the arm, and it basically just prints like whatever cells they need in that area for like each layer. But anyway, yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
interesting.
The science fiction aspect of it was pretty cool.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? Oh yeah. So in terms of like Nick Cage, do you think this would maybe be one of your favorite performances of his?
Honestly, yeah, I really liked him in this. He was
Yeah.
like you know how people say Nicolas Cage plays like kind of crazier, like manic characters. Like this is right his kind of spiel, I guess. But
Yeah. I thought it was really good. His performance was really good. I like him in Raising Arizona. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't think I've seen that. No.
It's a comedy. It's more like it's not crazy per se, but he obviously had Long Legs
Yeah.
last year, which he was good in. But yeah, I was looking into the movie, just looking up some like fun facts and whatnot. I thought you'd find this interesting. So apparently, while they were filming this, Joel Schumacher, who directed Batman and Robin, came to set to ask Nick Cage to play Scarecrow in a Batman and Robin sequel, but
Really?
the movie never got made.
That
But
is interesting.
Nick Cage Scarecrow, that's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Honestly, though, like I felt like they've had like Batman and Joker energy throughout the movie.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Like
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
the
but-
FBI character is more like obviously like seems more intelligent, like cool, calm, collected, that type. And then Nicolas Cage is kind of like a wild card character where he just kind of does whatever he wants. And
Yeah.
he definitely feels Joker coded.
Yeah, the way he acted was mad funny though.
Yeah.
Just like how overly sexual he is with everyone. Like the scene where he goes back into the police station and he like just slaps the ass of the assistant or whatever.
Like
Just
I
so
remember, like
stupid. Yeah.
when one of his assistants like talking about they didn't find the other guy's body. He like caresses her face like randomly.
Yeah. First he screams and then he caresses her face.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not even Nick Cage. That's
That's John Travolta.
It's John Travolta as Castor Troy. There's also like the weird scene where when Castor Troy first gets into Archer's body, he goes to the house and he's
with
like
the daughter.
With the daughter.
Yeah, that was really weird. I was like, they were implying there was like some type of sexual tension between them.
Yeah,
But
which
it's
it's just
very
strange,
strange.
dude. There also is like I forget the character's name, but there's a brother and sister character, and I think one of them dies and they like kiss before they die. It was so weird. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you remember that.
No.
But multiple incest moments in this movie, very strange.
Very yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, another fun fact I found. So apparently, before they started shooting, Travolta and Cage just spent 2 weeks with each other to like learn how to play each other.
Really? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they did that,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. I mean,
Yeah, no.
I feel like especially
They were the highlights of the movie, I feel like.
yeah, with Travolta acting, I could see like, okay, he's trying to do like a Nick Cage thing here,
Yeah.
and you could definitely like pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say your favorite scene or no?
I mean, it's either the opening fight sequence, the fight or action sequence, or the ending action sequence. I like how they start and end on a big kind of action set piece.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably the highlight of the movie to me, the action.
Yeah.
But yeah, favorite character, I gotta go with Castor Troy. Whether it was
Yeah.
Nick Cage or Travolta, like just how that character acts and what he does, how over the top and stupid he is.
Yeah.
I really
agree.
enjoyed that. It's very funny.
I agree.
I understand why this is a cult classic, though, for sure. I get why people love it so much.
I'm surprised they never revisited this.
I think there were talks of doing like a sequel or a remake, but they fell apart. Or
Who they?
low
If
key,
they were
bro,
gonna
I
do,
think they are doing a remake.
I was gonna say, who do you think they would
Low
cast?
key, bro.
You look up. I don't even know who.
I'm pretty sure they're doing a remake. Oh yeah, wait. Face
Direct
Off is
sequel. Well, Adam
directed
Wingard.
by Adam Wingard.
What the
Oh my
hell?
god, dude. Dude,
You think
how,
you
though?
think they would do the Skarsgård brothers?
No, it says they're returning.
Really? How?
I don't know.
Maybe they'll say they took his face when he cut it off or something. That doesn't make any sense though. I'm kind of honestly I'm interested because I like the I like the movie. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't make shit like this these days.
Yeah.
They really don't. That could be interesting though.
Directs. Yeah.
Adam Wingard, he made
The Godzilla.
Godzilla.
He did a couple of the horror stuff too.
I don't know if he's the name I would go with. We need like a Chad Stahelski one.
Yeah.
Like basically a comedy John Wick kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
We'll bring John. What's his name back? Bring the original director back.
yeah, why not? He did a great job with this.
But yeah, honestly, I
it
didn't
was
even
fun.
think. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I thought I was gonna like it a lot less than I did.
I don't really have much to say else about it though, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not really. It's not a knock on the movie, but I don't know. Like, there's not really.
It's not a lot of substance.
Yeah.
To be honest. But yeah, I guess we could get to our ratings for it. I didn't actually rate it yet, but
So you want to go first, huh?
yeah, you could go first.
So I give it a 3.5. I thoroughly enjoyed the performances and the action. I thought that was really great. But other than that, pretty okay. I thought it could have been a little shorter. It's like almost 2.5 hours. The movie. It's pretty long. They probably could have made this like 2 hours, but overall, still really enjoyable.
Yeah, Face Off, I also gave 3.5 stars, 7 out of 10. It's a lot of fun, and like at the end of the day, this premise and this movie is stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So I like how they fully bought into that right from the beginning. And in the notes that they gave Nick Cage and how he acted, they were just like, go all out. Unless he just did that himself, which I also wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I like how they fully embraced that. And at the same time, there is great action. So there are these funny moments of characters kind of doing too much, but also like throughout, just great action sequences, big ass explosions, people getting sent flying through like cupboards and stuff after.
There's a
getting
good
hit by a
balance,
bullet.
honestly.
Yeah. I agree. It was a fun watch. So
Yeah.
shout out. What was it? What was his name?
Something the podcast. I don't remember.
Hold on a second. Shout out Jack in the Box Office for.
I was way off.
Yeah, you're way off on that one. For recommending that, we appreciate it. Go check him out on Instagram, and yeah, Face Off. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, I feel like we didn't have too much to say about that.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
yeah, I guess we can move
honestly,
on.
yeah, for a movie that was 2.5 hours, you'd think there'd be like a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, but yeah,
Anyway.
We'll get to some movie news.
Movie
There is a
news,
lot
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, we had a big week.
I think we should start with kind of like the DC stuff.
Yeah, so we got. They had kind of a. I don't want to say. Not like a. I guess I'll call it like a state of address. Kind of like they had like a meeting with the was the Hollywood Reporter, one of those outlets.
It was like a press event or something. I don't know.
They just kind of announced a lot of stuff going on with DC, both good and bad, which actually I was pretty interested in. They actively talked about how like things are not going well with some of the projects, which honestly I respect the transparency. Probably the biggest thing is we got our first look at Lanterns. It's just a picture of Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre just walking. I mean, there's not really much going on.
Yeah, I'll toss it on screen really quick.
Yeah, you see Hal Jordan's ring. I mean, it looks fine. I don't know. You can't really tell much from what's going on with the series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is what you get. It's fine.
Yeah,
you see the ring, his little ring down there.
Yeah, that's really. I don't know.
Yeah.
People were like shitting on it, but it's like I don't know, dude.
I feel like people were just like, "Yeah, this is fine."
Yeah.
Like, what can you really say about this? It's just two people like
walking,
next to each other.
I didn't. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, sure. We got a couple
DC?
animated announcements. We have a Green Lantern animated show that I think is going to take place in the My Adventures with Superman kind of universe. A Starfire show that's, I think, confirmed in the DCU. They also confirmed that, what the hell's her name?
The girl what?
I forgot the character's name, but Lobo's daughter is going to appear in the show as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably I didn't know Lobo had a daughter.
Yeah, neither did I until this. Apparently, the show will lead into Titans. That's another. That's a good transition, actually. They announced a Teen Titans movie as well with the same writer as Supergirl: Woman of Tomorrow. So I'm assuming that they're probably very high on Supergirl if they're letting her do another project.
Is there a shot Supergirl's part of that team?
No. She'd murk all them. She's like way OP for them.
So Starfire is OP for them.
No, Supergirl would like murk her. Nah, she's like Starfire's like. Nah, if anything, Raven's probably the most powerful out of them.
I think there's a shot Supergirl's part of that team because she's young. Bro, can you hear her bark?
Yeah,
no?
but who cares? It's a dog, dude. I mean,
sorry about that. She's fiending.
No, and honestly, it just doesn't make sense because she's never really ever on the teams. She's usually not on the Teen Titans.
They might try to switch things up. I don't know.
I mean,
I have a feeling she's gonna be part of that team.
It's
for
possible.
Some reason.
I feel like it's probably lock. Starfire is 100% a lock. Probably Blue Beetle.
I would assume Robin.
Probably Nightwing at this point. Probably Cyborg. Maybe like a Kid Flash. Beast Boy. Definitely, I think at the minimum it'll be Starfire. It'll be like the Teen Titans lineup, like from the animated series, like Nightwing, Beast Boy, Cyborg, Starfire, and Raven.
Yeah,
and then maybe like two other people or something like that. I think it's a good idea, just because I know the Teen Titans are very, very popular. It's like about time they finally got a.
I'm one of the suckers that watched.
Yeah, you watched like the Titans, but that's like. That's so weird because it doesn't like encapsulate the kind of aesthetic and vibe that the animated show had. Like it's not a good interpretation.
It's supposed to be an adult version. That's why they're not called Teen Titans. It's called Titans. It's like mature. I remember it always got shit on because that one line.
Yeah,
where,
fuck Batman.
Yeah, fuck Batman. It's like so edgy.
Yeah.
But I think the dude who played Nightwing was great. I forget his name, but he was a great Nightwing.
Yeah, he was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It wasn't. Honestly, the whole cast.
Oh, his name is like Brendan Thwaites. I think.
Yeah, most of the cast was fine. Honestly, the Beast Boy was good. I like the Beast Boy.
Yeah. There's rumors of Thwaites
playing
Cyclops,
which I see it.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. What else do we get? I think we got some stuff.
Sergeant Rock stuff.
Sergeant Rock. They confirmed that it's happening because I don't think they've ever officially confirmed it.
No, Luca Guadagnino posted.
Luca Guadagnino's directing, and it's the same screenwriter as Challengers and Queer.
Yeah, he posted in a DCU shirt.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I also saw that it's going to be the same cinematographer as Challengers as well.
Yeah, Daniel Craig dropped out though. That's like the big thing.
That's the big thing that came out.
There's rumors that apparently it's scheduling conflicts, but there's rumors that soured on the role, quote unquote, because of how Queer did both financially and in award season. Got no awards buzz and made no money. So he probably wasn't.
That, though.
I don't know.
Because he does
that's
Knives
like,
Out, and Knives
that's
Out
like a
doesn't
big
even release.
role. No, but that's like it's a very kind of put yourself out there kind of role that you do for awards, really. Like you have to be very vulnerable to do a role like that. Yeah. So maybe he got soured on Luca a little bit, but
I don't know. I don't buy that. Because I think his performance is great. I don't think like, in Queer, like I don't know. But also, I feel like it's probably for the better because he's also 57.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know how that was gonna work.
The rumored people that they were getting to replace him. First, we saw Jeremy Allen White, which apparently he turned it down.
He turned it down, yeah.
And then now Mike Faced is another person who's in contention.
I like that.
They're both significantly younger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Mike Faced.
Yeah.
I think he could
have to
do
beef
it.
up a little bit, but
yeah, but he would. I mean,
yeah. And him. You think there's a chance that they make Sergeant Rock gay?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the character is in the comics, but also who cares? Because no one even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. He probably isn't, but like,
Rock.
no, like it doesn't really matter. But I feel like if Luca has hit, I don't know. I feel like Luca does a lot of those types of stories, so I wouldn't be that surprised.
There could be a gay Sergeant Rock. Who knows?
Yeah, fuck it.
Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah. Honestly, though, that's out of all the DCU projects like actively going on, that one excites me the most, only because of the people behind it. Like, I don't know. I love Luca. He's probably my favorite director working right now.
I'm trying to think what I'm most excited for in DC.
Probably Superman, I'd say.
Superman, yeah, but that's because like we've seen stuff from it and it's the first one. But I'm thinking like past that. I don't know. I mean, Teen Titans interests me, and also like anything Batman, Brave and the Bold. Clayface is kind of interesting.
Clayface, honestly, is probably. I feel like it's going to be a success just because it's so cheap that they're making it for, and it's like,
yeah. We got the director confirmed for that. Oh yeah, we have the
director confirmed.
I think it's James Watkins. Is that the name?
I believe so. He did Speak No Evil, right?
Yes, the Speak No Evil remake, which I really actually enjoyed.
I thought it was okay.
We talked about it on one of our episodes.
So I don't really know how I feel about this pick.
He's a horror director.
Yeah, he's a horror director, so I feel like that's...
There was also rumors that Daniel Radcliffe was in the running for the role, but then James Gunn shut that down. And then there was another name you saw, Joe, right?
Kieran Culkin, Oscar winner now, which I feel like that would be an interesting pick. But I don't know if he would do it or not. But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the next one to shoot, I think, right?
Well, 2026. Well, we're gonna have Supergirl, and then Clayface at the end of that year.
Yeah. So Supergirl, they said, is already halfway done with production. It's actually crazy. It's halfway done. They haven't had any like leaks or anything like that.
I mean, they had that one like picture of the logo and shit, but that's really it.
What?
Like, remember they took a picture of her sitting in the chair, and on the back is like the Supergirl
logo.
Like
that was like an official.
Yeah.
I'm saying like they haven't had like a set leak or like anything like that.
They must not be filming outside. No. I guess I don't know.
Because they asked James Gunn about like when are people going to see Lobo, and he said like because he's not filming scenes outside, like they're going to just release it whenever they feel like they want to. They said with Superman they did it early because they were filming outside, so like they felt the need to kind of show it.
You don't want your first look to be... I mean, even though, honestly, those set photos look better than the officially released one, to be honest. So, anything else, DC?
I'm trying to see. I just want to double check. I think that's it. Oh, also, they said they want to try... Their release schedule that they want to do is 2 movies a year. 2 live-action movies a year, 1 animated movie a year. 2 live-action TV shows, and then 2 live-action animated shows.
That seems very ambitious.
Ambitious, yeah.
And also, did we not learn from Marvel? They're slowing down for a reason, you know?
But also, to be fair, Marvel was doing, like... I feel like at one point they were doing 4 a year.
Yeah, they were doing 4 movies, I think, a year.
4 movies and, like, 3 shows a year.
Yeah, something like that. It was too much. It was too much.
But I think this, like, I feel like two live action movies a year is fine. That's perfect.
Yeah. 2 movies a year I think is good. But
Fine. One animated, but I feel like the animated is just gonna. That doesn't always have to be like DCU. That could
it
just
could be like a Spider-Verse situation or something.
Yeah. Then 2 live action shows I feel like is fine. But because I feel like the animated stuff isn't going to be continuity. It's just going to be like
whatever.
Yeah. Some of them.
If it's not all connected, then I think it will be better. But in terms of like following a set story, it's going to become too much. And that I think is one of Marvel's biggest problems, which we kind of saw in Brave New World a little bit, where you had to watch a show to kind of understand what's going on. Even like Kojima, who loves this shit, like he loves going to see movies and everything, he always posts about it. He said he didn't know that Sam Wilson was Captain America because he didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So when the movie just starts and he's just Captain America, it's confusing. So
I mean, to be fair, they did set it up at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, but they just kind of, it didn't show the lead up. Well, it did in the show, but
they should have showed like a little 5-minute kind of like sizzle reel catching people up with the events of the show. I think it would have made more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Whatever.
That movie had its own issues, but
spilled milk at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it with our DC
I think
stuff.
that wraps up DC, but it was cool to get a little update.
Update.
They talked a little bit about the Batman Part 2, Brave and the Bold. James Gunn was asked, is Pattinson going to be the DCU Batman? And he said, as of right now, that's not the plan. So, still won't say no, which is weird to me.
I thought he did say no.
He didn't flat out say no. He was just like, oh, that's not the plan. So...
they confirmed also that Brave and the Bold has a screenwriter now.
All right, that's good.
So they didn't.
In my opinion, if Superman performs well and is critically acclaimed, the Batman is going to combine with the DCU. I think Matt Reeves doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to risk sort of ruining the image of his own creative universe. But if Superman is
continue. I'm sorry.
If Superman is successful, then I think he'll be willing to say, okay, let's combine them. Sorry, just let me get this last point off. But if you're James Gunn, why take the risk of trying to make another Batman that's going to resonate with people when you have one sitting here that's resonated with people already? It doesn't make sense to try to do it again. Like, you have one that works. We know it works. Why not just use it?
For the sake of storytelling.
But what does that even mean, bro?
Because, like, the story... I feel like what's probably going to happen is the Batman's going to go through the trilogy, and then Pattinson's going to... After this trilogy, they're going to say that it took place in Gotham, and that him in The Brave and the Bold is going to be, like, the events of the Batman crime saga all happened, and this is in the future.
Is it still going to be Pattinson, though, or is it going to be a different
I think it's going to be Pattinson still. It could be the same character. They could just say that those events happened in the past. And that's what I think they're gonna do. But I feel like they don't want to. I feel like it's mostly Reeves because they're gonna have to fit certain story elements into the Batman movies that are gonna lead up to other events in the DCU, and that's gonna compromise stuff for for Reeves for the sake of storytelling. Like he wants to tell his story, but now if it's in the DCU, he has to fit certain plot elements. Like let's say, like, for their, like, whatever movie down the line. Obviously, Batman's going to be, like, I'm assuming a pretty big figure in the DCU. So whatever happens, like, in his movies are going to directly affect the rest of the movies, too.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I understand. That's why I'm obviously a bit more on the side of keep them separate. Because I feel like they work. It works on its own. Let it be on its own. And I'd rather just, honestly, like, go for a completely different vibe with... Because you know that's what they're going to do with the next one. I'm fully expecting that he's going to have, like, a blue suit, the white eyes, like, he's going to have a fantastical villain. I'm pretty sure the book they base it off of, like, I read some of it, I didn't read all of it. The opening sequence is, like, him fighting, like, a fucking army of, like, man-bats and shit. Like, it's going to be very fantastical.
Outlandish.
But in a good way. Like, I want that in my Batman movies. Like, I've seen enough of the, kind of... crime is... This seems a little more... Not that it is, but fantastical than, like, the Nolan movies. Because at least they had like
definitely at least a bit more. Like the Nolan shit, I love. Christopher Nolan makes great movies. Obviously, The Dark Knight, it's one of the best superhero movies ever. But like it's too realistic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like this is a man dressed as a bat flying around and shit.
Fighting.
Like he wouldn't even make. Gotham is literally just Chicago. Like, you know. But anyway. Yeah, we'll see what they do. I feel like the more time passes, I just lean more towards just joining them. But I see the benefits of both. I see the benefits of both. I think for business wise, it definitely makes more sense to just combine them because it's a guaranteed, not a guaranteed hit, but like people like that version.
Yeah, but
of
all right. So what if they do that, but then they do combine it, but like it just doesn't jive with the audience, or like the story doesn't work as well.
Bro, but I mean, like, what if they make a new one and it's worse?
Yeah.
Like, but also, what if they make a new one and it's better?
Better.
Like, you don't know. Obviously, I think bringing Pattinson in is the safer option, but I understand Reeves probably doesn't want to do it. So, I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. If having like two Batmen at the same time,
it's also probably like you have to. So like all those villains that they're using right now, they mostly can't be really used much. Like the stories they're telling with them are set. Like they can't change anything about that. So like if they want to do like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like. I don't know who's going to be in part 2, but like, I don't know. Certain stories maybe you want to involve other people in and things, but now because it's canon, whatever events happen in like Penguin and the Batman Part 2 all are set for the rest of the DCU.
We'll see. I mean, I just find it weird that James Gunn won't just flat out say no, but I guess he wants to keep all his options open just in case.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we can move on though. Yeah. We're like beating a dead horse with this already. I feel like we talk about it every week.
Then I think they also the only other thing is I think they confirmed the Bane, like Deathstroke, movie and the screenwriter. I forgot the name of the guy though. I think it's actually the guy who did Brave New World. Which
I don't know if that's a good sign.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know if that's too good.
But yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next thing we could talk about is actually pretty big. First teaser for Shrek 5, and they fucked it up somehow.
Honestly, I really don't. I think it's fine. I don't know why people are freaking out as much as they are.
It's just like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like Shrek is perfect.
That animation came out 25 years ago.
Yeah, but it looks good.
They probably don't even have like the same systems that they use to animate it now. They had to it had to have some type of like, the previous Shrek movie from this came out in like, I think 2010 or 2009. So it's like almost 15 years, even from then.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been such a long time. I think it's
Joe,
more
just, sorry. What? Try to center yourself here.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's, I don't want, when I do the TikToks, it becomes like vertical.
Yeah.
So if you're like here, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
But sorry.
I think it's more just a product of like animation. I don't know, like
animation's evolution.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily look bad. It just looks different, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw someone on TikTok that say that it's just like the eye distance. Shout out to whoever that was. I don't know their name, but like they made an edit where they basically like took his eyes and just like moved them like this.
Yeah.
Like instead of here, they're like here, and it looks exactly how the original Shrek looks. So it's not even having to do with the animation. Yeah. They just like fucked up like how the face looks.
But also, to be fair, the movie comes out more than 2 years from now.
Yeah, they could fix it, and I feel like the reaction to this has been like overwhelmingly negative. I don't really see anyone saying like, "Oh, this looks great." I mainly see people saying this
confused.
Looks bad.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, it's not horrible. It just looks different.
Like I don't think it's as bad. People are comparing it to the Sonic thing. I don't think it's that bad.
No, it's not even close.
Yeah.
The animation looks more like Trolls or something like that, which is like one of DreamWorks' newer movies.
Yeah.
Donkey looks weird too. Fiona looks weird.
Donkey looks weird. Donkey definitely looks weird. The other Fiona looks fine. And then they have Shrek's daughter, which
What's your theories? What's your theories?
What happened to the other kids? What the fuck happened?
I don't know, man. Maybe they I saw something that in folklore there's like ogres are supposed to eat their young. So imagine Shrek feasting on his young jits. Also, in the originals, the daughter has blue eyes. And this one, the Zendaya daughter has brown eyes.
I don't know. I feel like
trans Shrek daughter.
How is
confirmed.
How is that what people are getting from? Baby's eye colors can change. It's not like a new thing.
I'm jacking it's trans ogre. It might be possible.
If they did, props to DreamWorks for having the balls to do that. But I don't know. I mean, I also saw something online. Take it with a grain of salt, because this person also said that Zendaya was going to be in the movie, and they are. That the story involves like the multiverse. I don't know how, but I mean, this person also said that Zendaya is going to be in the movie in like September. So I mean,
dude, how could Shrek have anything to do with the multiverse? I don't.
Something with the mirror. It's got to be something with the mirror.
What is the obsession with the fucking multiverse?
Or maybe I'm hoping it's not like multiverse. It's more just like a Shrek from like a different universe. Like, I don't know, he casts a spell or something and comes to this world.
A Shrek from a different world.
Yeah, that makes a little more like.
Bro, you know, I don't even know. I hope Puss in Boots is in it.
He's got to be. There's no way.
He's probably it. Yeah, because they had that post-credit scene, the far, far away.
Yeah, and the Puss in Boots 2 animation is fucking gas.
Yeah,
I wish.
I don't know if that'll necessarily fit like the Shrek world.
Style. Yeah, because
it's more for action.
Action
stuff.
Yeah.
Shrek is more about the parody of fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Fairy tale.
I kind of wish they did like a Mickey villain, because now he's public domain.
Yeah, that would be funny. We got all the voice cast though. I mean, Eddie Murphy's back, Cameron Diaz is back, Mike Myers is back,
and now Zendaya.
And Zendaya, yeah. So. And
I'm assuming Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. I'm sure the movie will be good. Hopefully.
I think it's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's gonna make a ton of money. I'm sure it'll cross $1 billion.
Yeah.
Shrek is huge. People love Shrek. People talk about Shrek like all the time now.
And a movie hasn't come out in over a decade.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
This one comes out December 23rd, 2026, so it's going to be a Christmas movie. Bro, you know what I just realized?
What?
Shrek Wolf.
Oh, yeah, word. We're going to have... That's actually... Because that's completely different, like, demographics. So it's like... I mean, for us, it doesn't really matter.
That makes sense as like a Barbenheimer type situation, like Shrek Wolf or Where Shrek. One of the two. That should be fun.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Shrek Wolf, the double feature.
That'd be pretty.
I'm excited for that, dude. But yeah.
Do we know? Is there anything else we know about the movie? Like who's directing? Or?
Shrek? No, I don't know. Not sure.
No.
Not sure anything besides his daughter's in it, and she has brown eyes instead of blue, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, very exciting. Good to see Shrek back.
Yeah.
So. You could talk about this next thing, Joe, the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, so we got... well, also, actually, before we even mention that, we forgot to mention that it got announced Kathleen Kennedy's going to step down at the end of the year for Lucasfilms. We didn't speak about that, right?
No, we didn't speak about
that. She's not retiring, so she's going to still... Because, I mean, she's, like, arguably one of the greatest producers of all time, but maybe just not a good studio head.
Why do you say she's one of the greatest producers of all time?
Look at her producing credits.
Let me see. What has she made? Name one movie.
All the Indiana Jones. She's like, what's his name? His producing partner.
Let's see. Kathleen Kennedy, Jurassic Park. All right, bunch of Star Wars, E.T. Okay, I'll give it to you. That was just a crazy statement to make, but yeah.
I mean, look at her resume.
You're right.
I'm not saying she's like, I'm just saying she's one of the best producers ever, but just not a good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like super into Star Wars. I like it. I follow it. Like, I don't fully follow it. Like, I don't watch every show that releases. I didn't watch Skeleton Crew. I didn't watch Andor. But the big movies I follow. I like, I like the universe and what comes with.
I don't like how she handled the sequel trilogy. That I feel like most people can agree on. I do like how she made like because she's the first that made the Mandalorian, like Grogu.
Yeah, I think the sequel trilogy. The problem
started
was
off strong. I feel like,
yeah,
and then kind of lost.
the problem was the decision to bring in multiple directors. It should have been one director and their vision for the whole trilogy.
But not even that. They didn't plan. They didn't have like another. There was no like 3-movie plan. They just went movie by movie essentially.
Yeah,
which is not.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
because then you have basically the third, or I don't know, because you have the director of the first movie is J.J. Abrams. Then you bring in a new one and then bring back J.J. So he has to kind of like work around what Rian Johnson did in the second one, and like, you know, which I love The Last Jedi. I think The Last Jedi is overhated. I know it's like one of those that people love or hate.
I agree with you. I think it's overhated.
Yeah. But I don't really have an opinion because on Kathleen Kennedy. Either way, I feel like it would be cool to get someone fresh because Star Wars just seems like it's in such a mess. Like even way worse than Marvel. I feel like, and Marvel's kind of
not doing too well.
Because when's the last time a Star Wars movie was in theaters? Was it Rogue One? Was it that far away?
No, I think
or was it Episode 9?
Was 2019 maybe?
Yeah, dude. So we're talking about 6 years with no Star Wars.
It's gonna be Mandalorian Grogu, and then what we're gonna talk about now is the next movie. Is Sean Levy is going to be directing a Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling attached. It's standalone. It's supposed to be set 5 to 6 years after Episode 9, and it may bring back sequel characters. I'm not the biggest Sean Levy fan. However, Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars
didn't like
movie,
Free Guy?
No. Honestly, he just posts the most like I'm not, obviously I can't direct, I'm not, you know, but I'm just saying a lot of his stuff is very like surface level. I don't know, just feels very like straight to streaming type of quality content in my opinion, but I don't know.
I thought Deadpool was good.
Yeah.
Why, you're a hater now?
No, I thought it was good. It was okay. It wasn't like...
I really liked it. But anyways, yeah, you were mentioning Ryan Gosling though.
So him involved in a Star Wars movie is really interesting to me. Don't know anything about it. We'll see.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Again, like the Gosling stuff. Yeah. That's really the biggest.
That's
thing
their
to
biggest actor they've got. Probably
in a while.
Yeah,
in a while.
Yeah, probably since Pedro Pascal is. But he wasn't even that big. I feel like when they got him.
No, he wasn't at all. The Mandalorian kind of made him. Like gave him a name. Yeah. And honestly, I like the sequel trilogy.
I like.
I don't
like
love
Poe.
it, but I like the characters. Yeah. I mean, I love Kylo Ren. Obviously, they can't bring him back, and I like Rey. So if they bring back, maybe they could toss Rey in there. I know she's supposed to get a movie, so having her maybe cameo or something.
I heard something that because they're also doing like another sequel trilogy with
Rey, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be in it. So the Rey movie, I think they're just not doing anymore. They shelved it, and I think they're focusing on a new trilogy that Rey's gonna be kind of like the Obi-Wan-esque character in this trilogy, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's the guy who did like all the X-Men movies. I forgot his name.
Singer?
Yeah, I think it's Singer actually.
I heard he's an asshole. Apparently.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but. Hold on, let me see. Let me just double check. Oh no, I'm wrong. Simon Kinberg. Who wrote? He wrote Days of Future Past, which is arguably
that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. But he also wrote Dark Phoenix too. So
not great.
Yeah,
but all right.
So yeah, I don't know how he got the gig of because he's writing episodes 10, 11, and 12. So I guess at least it's his.
At least he's writing it. Yeah, all of them. But all right, we got 2 more things to get to. I want to read this next one.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, not De Niro. Scorsese's next film. It is. Hold on. Let's see. So it's a drama. It's pitched as Robert De Niro's Jimmy the Gent character from Goodfellas, but as a ruthless Hawaiian crime boss based on a real figure who battled encroaching rivals for. This got cut off. Sorry.
Control of something, probably.
For control of organized crime in Hawaii.
There you go.
There. So, biggest part about this that's got me interested is Hawaiian Crime Boss. They got The Rock. They cast The Rock. He's playing the lead. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Smashing Machine has got to be. I'm thinking of Shrek too much. Smashing Machine's got to be pretty significant of a role for him that he's getting.
Yeah, to me, as soon as I saw this, I was like, he must have been great in Smashing Machine, because when big name directors are looking to cast for their films, they get early access to footage of actors that are in films that haven't yet released. And the fact that Scorsese would trust The Rock must mean that he put on a great performance in that.
Do you think The Rock pitched it to him?
I don't think The Rock... I don't know if he has the credentials to walk up to Scorsese and be like, yo, I have this movie pitch for you.
I'd argue he does, just because of the amount of money he has.
Well, he's a household name, obviously. He's probably the most famous actor in the world.
If Scorsese got a phone call saying like, "Oh, The Rock wants to meet with you," I feel like he would say yes.
I feel like he'd laugh. I don't know, bro,
I mean, I'm not saying like, regardless of how you feel as him as an actor, he's like one of the biggest names in Hollywood.
No, I agree, but he's.
But I'm saying just because of the like I don't want to say power, but like kind of, I guess, gravitas that he holds in Hollywood, I feel like he would be able to get a meeting with him, because this sounds like something he would pitch, like a Hawaiian.
I mean, the Hawaiian shit seems like, okay, I want to do this story, but do we have like some type of native islander, like Hawaiian person that could be the lead that's really good? And one of the names that's going to get thrown up there is The Rock. Only if he was good in Smashing Machine, because if that wasn't a thing, like, I don't think Scorsese would trust him as the lead.
No.
So, I don't know. But it also stars Leo and Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yeah.
So, and Emily Blunt also is in Smashing Machine as well.
Bro, I saw something. She's in the next like 2 years. She's worked with Nolan, now
Spielberg,
Scorsese, and somebody else.
Well, Safdie for the Smashing Machine.
No, but it was like, not that, I mean, Safdie's a talented director, but like it was like somebody like more significant.
Yeah, she's on a roll. I mean, she worked with Nolan already in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Is she gonna be in? She's not in the Odyssey, right? Is she?
No, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea, to be honest. Probably. I'm sure she'll have like a small fucking role or something. This is bothering.
What does this mean about Scorsese's Jesus biopic? Well, not biopic, but
I feel like it's still happening.
Jesus movie, and his Sinatra biopic.
Well, I forgot about the Sinatra one, actually.
Those were supposed to like film back to back, so I wonder if they're still happening.
I don't know,
but
that's tough. I don't know.
Yeah, just thought that was interesting. But to move on, though, this is easily the most significant news that we've got. We've got our first concept art for Avengers Doomsday that got leaked.
A ton of concept art got leaked.
I gotta say, man, the Russo bros are fucking cooking, bro. This actually looks so sick.
Yeah, it does look. As much as I'm not a big MCU fan, it does get me intrigued for the next. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but when we get there, it does look pretty cool.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show the actual images, but you could find them online. We got God Emperor Doom in a throne with Sue Storm at his side, Doctor Strange kind of as his mercenary. Seems like maybe Reed Richards on his knees in shackles, but it's all like in a medieval setting.
Yeah, and
it just looks really, really cool. There's also Hulk and She-Hulk with Hulk's son Scar in another medieval setting, kind of like a Hulk village going on. I know people are saying it could be Battleworld. What do you think? Do you think that's possible?
So it's pretty. I think it's confirming pretty much that this is going to be based off of the 2015 Secret Wars, because that's where God Emperor Doom is from. And also, there's an area like on Battleworld. There's an area called Greenland where like all the Hulks kind of live. And, like, that's actually where, you know that, like, evil Hulk Maestro?
Yeah.
That's, like, where he's originally from. So I wonder if he's going to be in it, too. But that photo of Tatiana not photo, the piece of art of Mussolini and what the hell's his name? I can't think.
Hulk? Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. That looks like it's in like the Greenland area.
Yeah.
And then also like the pictures of Doctor Strange at his side. Like in the comic, Strange is like they call him Sheriff Strange in the comic. He's kind of like the enforcer, like his kind of
Sheriff Strange.
Yeah,
that's funny. There's also Black Panther, new Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, new Black Panther. Probably going to be a variant. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a variant. Maybe it'll also be in that same battle world.
Yeah. Also, looking at the picture, the prisoner in front of her is being held by Yelena Belova.
Yeah.
So
this is the thing, bro. I like What If a lot, and What If had an episode like this. They have a bunch of episodes where it's just kind of like a different setting, but all these MCU characters kind of tossed in, and I think it really works. It's really cool. So seeing like medieval versions of all these characters, I think it would be really cool, and it would be something fresh for the MCU. This isn't something that's been in any of the movies, really.
It does look really interesting. I feel like it's just I don't know if it's necessarily medieval or it's just like the Latvian kind of aesthetic applied to everything. Because he's supposed to be like Doom Castle's a thing in Latveria, so maybe in this version of his world, I guess. I don't know. We also got pictures of Chris Pratt and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, Paul Bettany. So I guess they're confirmed to return. And also, there's another one.
I just want to quickly say I love the vibe of that photo. Like I want to show the stuff on screen, but people have been getting like taken down. So it's just Star-Lord and White Vision like on a couch with some beers, like watching TV. There's something about that I just really like. I don't know what's gonna lead to that, but that confirms Star-Lord's gonna return, which I feel like it wasn't a given, definitely, but it was kind of implied, I guess. So
we also got like kind of our look at the Young Avengers, which is kind of cool. The lineup, I don't know how I'm feeling about, but
yeah, what's the lineup? Run through it.
It's Miss Marvel, Wiccan and Speed, Cassie Lang, and what the hell's her name? I guess the Hawk. It's not Hawkeye, but I don't think she doesn't really have like a. Oh yeah, Kate Bishop. She doesn't like have.
You keep forgetting everyone's names today, bro.
I know.
It's just Hawkeye. She's Hawkeye.
Just Hawkeye. I don't know where America Chavez is. I wanted like Isaiah Bradley on the team too, so it's kind of disappointing not to see him.
There's also that X-Men.
Yeah, there's that X-Men character like Bleep or whatever. Dupe.
Isn't he like Dupe or something?
He's like a weird kind of. I don't even know.
He's just like a floating blob.
Yeah.
But it seems like Wong and Peter Quill are kind of going to be like the leaders of, not leaders, but mentors for the Young Avengers.
I actually really like that. I think that's a great idea.
I love Peter Quill being a mentor to Young Avengers.
Yeah, I think that's really funny, actually.
Yeah, and Wong too.
Yeah,
they're both great. They're a great choice to sort of be mentors to that team, because you can't have someone like too serious leading them. I feel like it has to be kind of,
I agree. Then there's also, I don't know if you saw this, there's more concept art of like Bucky Barnes like chained up in a dungeon.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a lot of Fantastic Four concept art too. Yeah. Some of which might be from the Avengers movie, some of which might be just from Fantastic Four.
I feel like most of this artwork is from Secret Wars.
You don't think Doomsday?
No.
Yeah, because it doesn't say. It doesn't
It's gotta be, because like it maybe the Young Avengers. I saw rumors that the Young Avengers thing is like a post-credit scene for Vision Quest, which is possible.
How would that make sense? Why would Wong and Star-Lord be in a post-credit scene for Vision Quest? Unless Tommy is in that show.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? I feel like there was other things too that leaked.
I think we covered all the big ones. There's a closer look at Doctor Doom. He looks really cool.
Yeah.
Just like
I hope they keep it with Doom keeps the mask on the whole time.
I feel like he will.
I don't know. With RDJ under there, they have an Oscar winner. There's no way they're not gonna show his face a little.
Or they'll make it like a big moment when he takes it off.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to just before we wrap that up. I don't know if there's anything else, but
yeah, I feel like that's it. Was there anything?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really, really excited after seeing that.
Yeah,
I already was excited for Secret Wars, but seeing this concept art and how kind of, I don't want to say strange, but how kind of different they're going with it.
Yeah.
Really cool aesthetic, and I don't know, it just looks really cool. It looks really interesting. So
it's cool to see She-Hulk returning too.
Yeah, I love She-Hulk. I was a fan of the show. I know people weren't that big.
I was too, so I'm happy to see that she's like returning.
No
Spider-Man. She's a good actress.
No Spider-Man in the concept art.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no Spider-Man too.
No Spider-Man. This person's gonna get fired, right? Like,
I think it was.
Dude, how do you let this shit leak? You think it was intentional?
Yeah, bro. Marvel hasn't had a good fucking. This is the most positive thing that's happened with Marvel in like the last 2 years.
Hopefully Daredevil's coming out tomorrow.
Well, yeah, apparently, hopefully Daredevil. Actually, I lied, but think about it. Like all the buzz around this has been like good. Everyone's like excited about the movie. It hasn't been. No one's been saying anything negative. The only like thing people are saying is like that Doom looks really good and it's wasted on RDJ, which like you can argue that. But like other than that, everyone's pretty universally excited. I feel like from the artwork.
Yeah. But also take it with a grain of salt, because
none of this could even
things could change. The full script isn't even done yet, and like we'll see. Also, no Thor in the concept art. It's interesting, but
all
right, let's move on here. We have a pretty fun list. Today
we have a good list actually.
So
we have our. Let me just pull up. It's a word on my phone. Our top 10 movies of 2026 that are going to be releasing.
Top 10 most anticipated.
So I actually I have 3 honorable mentions just because, honestly, the year's stacked. Like there's way more movies I would say next year that I feel like are going to be higher quality than this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Next year, 2026 seems like it's going to be a really great year for film.
Yeah. So it's very exciting. I was gonna mention my.
Yeah, you could start. Just remind me after this that we have to talk about the Oscars because I forgot.
Oh yeah, we can
do
talk about that now.
No, we'll do. We already started this. Let's just do this.
So I had 4 honorable mentions. One we actually spoke about, Shrek 5. Very excited. Love Shrek. Flowervale Street, which is a dinosaur movie with Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway. I don't know anything about it besides the both of them are involved in it, and it involves dinosaurs, so seems pretty interesting. And this might be a hot take that it's not on the list, but Spider-Man 4. I just feel like I don't know enough about the movie for me to. I have no idea what the movie's going to be about. It could literally. I don't know where the setting is. I don't know who's going to be in it.
Morbius.
There's too many like factors going on for such a stacked year for me to want to put it over any of these other movies, in my opinion, at least.
Okay, that's fair. So, yeah, you want to give like 10 through 5.
Yeah.
You could say like a little, even if it's like a 1-sentence thing about each.
Yeah.
Just like, you know.
So number 10, I actually have the Tom Cruise Alejandro Inarritu. I'm definitely butchering it. Inarritu.
I think it's Inarritu, something like that.
Who was the director of Birdman, and basically it's a movie about a powerful billionaire played by Tom Cruise who says he's going to prevent the apocalypse. And so I feel like I could see where things are going.
That movie is supposedly titled Judy. I don't know if you saw
didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
Judy. So. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2026. Number 9, I have Steven Spielberg's Untitled Alien movie. I think this actually recently got a title.
Yeah,
it was the
also,
Dish.
It has the
one
Dish.
Point. But I think it changed again.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me look on Letterboxd really quick.
Yeah.
Spielberg.
But it's Steven Spielberg's. I think when was the last time he did an alien movie? E.T.
Either E.T. or Close Encounters.
Oh, this is The Dish. But right now, it's Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Josh O'Connor, I think Wyatt Russell's in it too. It's exciting. I think it just started filming too.
Yeah, it started filming recently.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Number 7. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Number 8. I had The Mummy, directed by Lee Cronin. Right, Lee Cronin. Don't know anything about it. I'm excited. It feels like obviously if they're hiring Lee Cronin, they're gonna go more for the horror aesthetic. Because I feel like the last couple of Mummy iterations have been more kind of action adventure, which is not wrong with. I love the original Mummy movies, but it's cool. I feel like they're obviously leaning more horror if they're hired Lee Cronin. So very exciting. Number 7, I have The Werewolf, directed by. Why am I having a stroke today?
You can do it. I'm not helping you.
Robert Eggers. Apparently going to be in Old English. I feel like he probably would like it in black and white. I don't know if he might get his wish now because the first Nosferatu made enough money where he can kind of just basically do what he wants at this point. I feel like, and he's pretty like I don't know. I feel like he's always made good movies. This is just the first one that's actually made money.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah. Number 6, I have Clayface. I love body horror. I love Mike Flanagan, so I'm really, really interested to see what they're going to do with this. I feel like, honestly, it's the first, like, horror superhero movie. I mean, you could say Blade, but Blade, I feel like I don't consider those... I mean, it's horror, but, like, not... It's not really played for horror in the movie, I feel like.
It's horror in its...
themes,
but... Yeah.
This seems like it's like a actual horror movie that takes place in the world of like superheroes, which seems really interesting to me. And then
that was 6.
That was 6. Yeah.
All right, that's a solid list.
Yeah.
I like your picks, but I'll give you mine. So I didn't have any honorable mentions, but just because I didn't, I definitely like if I looked, there would be a couple more. But so number 10, I had Super Mario Bros. 2. Just coming out 2026. Yeah. Should be fun. Really was a big fan of that first one. Loved Chris Pratt. I know it's for kids, but I don't care. I'm excited.
Yeah, the Mario movie is sick.
Yeah. Number 9, I have Lee Cronin's The Mummy. You mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah.
Lee Cronin did Evil Dead Rise. I was a huge fan of that. And anything Universal Monsters I'm going to love.
Yeah.
Even though Wolfman was disappointing. I trust Lee Cronin. So I'm hoping that The Mummy's great. It's going to be a good horror film. So.
Yeah.
Number 8, I have Shrek 5. We talked about it a little. Shrek is just, I don't even know. I can't even describe my love for Shrek, really. Yeah. There's just something about it, but...
He's up there with SpongeBob as, like, the biggest cultural impacts, I feel like, of our generation.
Yeah, bro, easily. The fact that people still talk about Shrek all these years later is kind of crazy. And, yeah, the first look wasn't exactly what I had hoped for, but I'm still willing to see it through, and... We got Zendaya confirmation, so that's number 8. Number 7, I have Scary Movie 6. I was a huge fan of the Scary Movie films, and I'm really excited to see which horror films they try to parody and which ones they tackle. And we have the Wayans brothers coming back to do it, so it should be fun. We'll see how far they go because, you know, everyone has to be careful in a quote-unquote woke society.
Feel like they're not going to, like, pull any... Because honestly, the scary movies back then weren't even like that bad.
I feel like some of that shit probably did not age well, but
maybe.
Whatever.
I mean,
either way, I'm just fucking around, man. Doesn't matter. But number 6, I have Spider-Man 4. You mentioned it. You said you're not that excited for it, but Tom Holland, love him, love his Spider-Man. Destin Daniel Cretton directing. We forget, bro. His action scenes from Shang-Chi, his fight scenes were awesome. Just imagine that with Spider-Man. I just hope it's grounded, but I feel like we both know it's probably not going to be. So,
did you hear the latest rumors about what they... Apparently, they think it's going to involve Spider Island.
Which is what? I've heard that, but I forget.
It's like this... It's like a multiversal thing, so I'm assuming it's going to be like involving Peter and... Not Peter. They're all Peter. The 2 Spider-Men. Yeah, I know it's a big thing in the comics.
Isn't it like a clone
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the clones. I think that's like where the clone... You know how there's like that clone of Spider-Man that they make at one point? I think that's like where he's from.
Ben Reilly, or is that his
name? Yes, yeah. I think like that's... I don't know. But I don't know, man. If this was grounded, it would. If I like, but then again, we don't. I don't even know. This could be fake because we have no idea what the movie's going to be about.
Yeah,
because it leaves off on such like a. I don't know.
I feel like if it takes place between Secret Wars and Doomsday,
it has to be in Battle World.
It's gonna like unless it's a prequel to Doomsday, but I feel like that would be dumb.
Because then if it's a prequel, that means he's not going to be in Doomsday.
No, he could. Well, I guess then, you would know what's going to happen already. But
that's why it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're sacrificing the story for the sake of Avengers, but I feel like if they had I'll get to my thing in a second. But
no, you're good. Don't worry.
If they had obviously the director had his choice, I feel like they would be doing a grounded story involving Daredevil and Kingpin. It seems like that's what they were gunning for with all the Daredevil stuff. He's the mayor of New York now. It makes sense for him to,
Yeah, and Daredevil was also in the last Spider-Man film. I know it was just a cameo, but still.
Like, it makes sense for those characters to interact. They're both from New York. They're dealing with... They fight the same type... but whatever. Anyway, number 4, I had Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Five.
Oh, 5. I'm sorry, 5. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I love... I can't think of her name again. Jesus Christ.
Bro, you're on a roll today, man.
I know.
You can't think of anyone's
names. Do you remember
names.
her name, too?
Yeah. Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Millie Alcock.
Alcock, that is. Millie Alcock, I loved her in House of Dragon. It's cool to see Lobo on the big screen for the first time. I haven't watched this director. I know, Matt, you're a pretty big fan of his. Well, I don't know if you're a big fan, but I know you mentioned you like some of his stuff.
Yeah, and he's directed films that have like powerful, strong female leads. So yeah.
It should be fun.
All right,
for 5?
Cool. For number 5, I had Send Help, directed by Sam Raimi. So this is a film. It's Sam Raimi's return to horror, and it stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien.
I thought that was coming out this year.
No, 2026.
Oh, I know it's filming now.
Yeah, so it's basically it's a plane crashes on an island, and these people have to survive, and that's all we know, and it's a horror. So
and it's inspired by Castaway, they said, right?
Yeah. So really excited. We'll see. I hope there's like some creatures in there, but I just trust Sam Raimi. Rachel McAdams is one of my favorite actresses, so
it's cool to see him back in the horror chair.
Yeah, definitely.
This is probably the first time since Drag Me to Hell?
Yeah.
Number 4, I had The Odyssey. Seems like everyone and their mother's been getting cast in this movie. I've been seeing just pictures of them building sets in Morocco. It just looks absolutely insane. It's just unprecedented how we're getting basically a blank check interpretation of arguably one of the greatest pieces of literature of all time. And when has this ever happened? Like in the history of movie making, where they've done something like this on this scale with such a talented team involved as well. That's why it's just it's going to be insane when this movie comes out. Obviously, I feel like culturally wise, this will probably be the most significant movie to come out next year. But this is just personal preference, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. This is going to be insane when that movie comes out.
More culturally significant than Shrek.
Yeah. Fucking this movie is going to be interpreted.
I'm surprised it's not higher, dude.
It's just honestly, I don't know what the Odyssey's about. I have to read it. So excuse me. So, but I don't know. There's some other things. All right. 2 of them you probably know what they are.
Yeah. Okay. So number 4 for me, I have Avengers: Doomsday, directed by the Russo Bros. Say what you will, but like you got to be hyped for an Avengers film. You know, they're so culturally significant, and they're gonna. Not that it matters and how much I should be looking forward to it, but they're gonna make it's gonna make $2 billion. And especially after that leak, it will, dude. It's Avengers, man. It's Avengers.
There's two other Avengers movies that did make $2 billion.
Yeah, but nothing past Infinity. Well, actually, I don't know. Whatever. But
all right,
I trust the Russos. I know a lot of people haven't been keeping up with the MCU, but I have. So I've been following this story for a while, and that leaked concept art, man, looks pretty awesome. So I'm excited. Going to see the Fantastic Four in there. Doom, RDJ Doom. We'll see. I'll see how they handle that, but still excited for this.
Yeah, so I actually just realized that I messed up. Odyssey is 3. Number 4 was Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
That makes sense as to why it's okay. But
Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, obviously Marvel's kind of at a low point right now, but I love the Avengers. I love Fantastic Four. It's gonna be really cool. Doom is such a cool character. Even if he's rushed, I think he's still obviously a really cool character. And honestly, I feel like you can relate to this too. I'm excited for this like kind of saga of the MCU to be over. I want them. It'll be nice after Secret Wars because like we know that it's going to be X-Men heavy, and I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I'm much more excited about the future. But still, we're getting towards that kind of, and I'm sure there's going to be X-Men in this movie.
Yeah, there must be.
Yeah.
I mean, at least a few.
A couple. Cyclops here or there. But yeah.
All right. I have at number 3 the film Judy, as it's titled currently, or rumored to be titled Judy, directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, starring Tom Cruise. You talked a little bit about it before, but I'm just excited to see Tom Cruise kind of step away from this action that he's been doing recently. And Iñárritu is one of my favorite directors. He's done The Revenant and he's done Birdman. Such a great director, so talented. And I think Tom Cruise is, I don't want to say underrated, because obviously he's one of the most famous.
People forget that he's done like a lot of kind of, I don't want to say art house, but like.
No, he's worked with some of the best directors of all time. Kubrick and fucking others. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to see him sort of step back into an awards baity quote unquote film, because he's got the skill to lead a film like that.
Because now that he's getting older, he's gonna start doing those roles more.
Yeah,
he's like 60 something.
He's got to be 60 at this point. But yeah, that's number 3.
All right. So for me, I actually had Evil Dead Burn as number 2. We don't know anything about this besides it's going to be a new Evil Dead iteration by a French director who I honestly have not seen any of his work. And I'm trying to pull up his name now. Oh, Sebastian Vancic. But yeah, it's set in France. I'm assuming fire has some type of element in the movie if it's burn. But what's interesting about this is that I feel like normally Sam Raimi is more involved, but I think they said that he has like creative control in this. Like Raimi's
not. Is that going to be a good or bad thing though?
Apparently he pitched the movie, and that's what was like got them to let him have control. Apparently his other movies are good. I haven't seen. The other one is called Vermins. That's apparently very good. I think it's on Shudder. But yeah, I love Evil Dead. It's my favorite horror franchise. I kind of wish they did a little more of the comedy stuff, but I feel like they're not. They're going to be more serious as of lately. Excuse me. But yeah, it looks exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. That's definitely 2026.
Yeah.
All right,
I think it's
fun.
Let me see if they have a date attached yet. Not yet, but 2026. I know the script is done, so I'm assuming they're going to film. I don't know when. But yeah.
All right. Number 2 for me, I have Werewolf, directed by Robert Eggers. You mentioned it before, but it's hard not to be eagerly anticipating this film. I mean, seeing how successful Nosferatu was and how great that film was overall, I trust Eggers with anything, honestly. And this seems like a perfect kind of setting and story for him to do. He apparently said it's the darkest script that he's ever written. And just his attention to details in film, I would love to see his take on a werewolf story. Yeah. So it'll be better than Wolfman, I'll say that. I can guarantee that right now. So,
yeah. All right. Do you have any guess what my number 1 is?
Was it on my list?
No.
Oh man, let me think. It can't be.
I actually got a release date today.
Oh, I know what it is, but I won't spoil it.
So my number 1 is the Jordan Peele Untitled horror movie that I think got announced today is going to come out in October of 26.
Yeah, I think it's October 23rd, 26 maybe.
Yeah. I love Jordan Peele. I think he's probably one of the best horror directors working right now. All three of his movies are great, even though, I mean, some people have probably more that they like than others, but all three of them are really good quality in terms of horror movies. So yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's going to be horror. It's not exactly like explicit, because I guess Nope is like, would you consider Nope horror technically?
Yeah. Nope is definitely horror.
But more like, yeah. But we'll see. I don't know. It's Jordan Peele. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
But just to make my list. So number one for me, it's hard not to have this. I feel like most people would have this as their number one, and that's The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan. Just, Nolan blew me away with Oppenheimer. It was one of my favorite films of all time, which is a crazy thing to say. But just trusting him with this story, giving him as much money as he wants, and the cast, man.
Yeah.
The fucking cast. It's just so great that it's kind of hard to look at this and think that it's gonna be anything other than like spectacular.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my most anticipated movies in recent memory. It's just like that, even that first look, man. Just that dumbass helmet
video,
got me hyped.
That video you sent me looks sick.
Yeah, that actually got taken down off Twitter recently.
Oh really?
But I just love how much. Again, another guy who has a lot of attention to detail, like I mentioned about Eggers, but just like putting in the care in his craft and in this story, it just has so much potential. Like, this could be one of the greatest movies of all time, just because of how great the story is, like the source material, and how great the director is, and how much money he has to make this.
Did you see
like, I know that might sound like an exaggeration, but this genuinely could be one of the greatest movies of all time.
Did you see the article I sent you that they're building like a giant, like 8-meter tall, like Cyclops animatronic inside a cave? Or like,
that's sick.
It's insane.
Yeah.
For probably what a couple shots in the movie, and then that's it. But like, just that is
it's
really
wild.
cool. Yeah.
But all right, I think we can move on from that.
Yeah.
Fun list. Let us know in the comments which 2026 film you guys are looking forward to the most. But yeah, I want to quickly talk about the Oscars. Let me pull up the list of the winners. I would say overall not many surprises.
I mean, I didn't expect Anora to sweep.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, hold on a damn second. I should have had this pulled up. Let's see. Okay, we'll go one by one. Here.
Can you pull
Best
Can
Picture.
you put the list on the Can you pull it up on the screen?
Yeah.
I bet.
Can you see this? Jeez, you hear fighting inside?
Yeah, I'm assuming the cats.
Yeah. Sorry if you guys just heard screaming. I think our dog just attacked our cat, but it's,
just
happens
sometimes,
Yeah. So, all right, here. Best Picture, Anora. This was the favorite to win. I think it had a 50% chance going in. I would have liked to see this go to The Brutalist. Maybe, Dune Part 2, obviously.
I want a Conclave. I wanted The Substance, but I knew that was not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm happy with this. I really like Sean Baker. I like Mikey Madison. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a great movie. So, yeah, can't complain. Let's see. Best Director, Sean Baker. This goes into the Anora sweep. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. Who did he beat out? I don't know who I would have picked on here, man. I would have definitely picked Baker out of these options.
I would have picked, Fargo. Fargo, because I'm a big Substance guy, but...
I'm happy for Sean Baker.
Yeah, no, it's cool. He also won for editing as well, which was actually really cool.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But Best Actor, Brody. He was my pick. I'm happy he won, but dude, I gotta say, like, it seems like he's going out of his way to make himself seem like an asshole. It's really weird. Yeah. He had like one of the worst acceptance speeches in the history of the Oscars.
It was the longest speech too.
Yeah, it was just like he was so arrogant. He was like, "Oh, I've been here before, bro. You won an Oscar 20 years ago. Like, it's not like this is a common thing for you." And yeah, it just sucks because he had the best performance this year, in my opinion.
They used AI in his performance, though. That's why I still am not. I don't know. Even though he does have I'm not taking anything away from his performance. The fact that AI enhanced his performance, and it's specifically like something that did better. It's not like a little thing in the background. It literally changed his voice in the performance.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not really fair. I mean, my pick was Ralph Fiennes, but any one of the other picks, I feel like would have. I just feel like that should kind of disqualify you.
I don't know. We talked about this, but the use of AI was just so minuscule.
I know, but
it was when he was speaking.
I know,
it was when he was speaking Hungarian, which isn't much during the film.
It's
and
still,
it's just little
it's
things
still
on his
something
accent.
directly affecting his performance. It's not like you can
it's
argue.
Not a major thing, though.
It's still
like if you took out all those scenes of him with the Hungarian, he still gave the best performance.
I mean, I would argue Ralph Fiennes, but that's what I'm saying.
Fair, yeah,
like
a fair argument.
But. Like if people were on the fence, like I feel like the AI should be the determining factor to push you. Like
I think he was clearly the best performance, though. I don't know.
He's probably 2 for me, 2 or 3.
The fact that he won, even with that controversy, kind of just shows. But, anyways, this one was kind of the biggest surprise of the night to me. Mikey Madison as Honora from Honora, or as Honora from Honora.
Yeah. I feel like I thought Demi Moore was going to win, honestly.
Yeah, I love Mikey Madison. I'm glad she won, and I didn't think she gave the best performance of the year. I still think that was Pamela Anderson, who wasn't even nominated.
Yeah,
but I think she gave a better performance than Demi Moore. I know people were on the Demi Moore train for a while, just because it's a good story. She's an older actress. It's kind of like it would be more of like a legacy thing. Not to downplay her performance, she was fantastic, but I do think Mikey Madison was better. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, man, for Demi Moore, because she won a lot of the other ones. I think she won the Golden Globe.
I thought she was gonna win, dude.
Dude, the problem is like Mikey Madison she's young, so she's gonna have another opportunity. For Demi Moore,
that's not necessarily. I mean, it's gonna be hard, but it's not necessarily untrue. Just because of her age, she can't get another nomination.
No. Yeah, not that she can't get one, but it's gonna be more difficult.
Yeah.
Like Mikey Madison's gonna have a lot more opportunity.
The substance is about like people getting picked over their age. I mean, obviously, I'm not taking anything away from Honora's performance, but it's kind of funny how the themes of the movie are kind of still prevalent.
It's true, yeah. But best supporting actor Kieran Culkin. This was so obvious. It's not. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm happy for him though. He seems like a nice guy. Zoe Saldana, best supporting actress for Emilia Perez. Did you even watch Emilia Perez or no?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the one who told you to watch it.
Really? I forgot, dude.
Yeah, sorry. I watched it like a month before you.
All right, bro. My bad, dude. I forgot.
Fucking asshole. Anyway, I mean, honestly, I thought that Ariana Grande should have won. That was my pick. But to see Zoe Saldana get an Oscar is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great actress. She definitely is an Oscar-worthy actress. I just don't think it should have been for this movie.
Yeah.
I would probably pick her last out of all of these other nominees.
Maybe over Monica Barbaro. I'm sorry, my fucking dyslexia. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Original screenplay, Nora. The sweep, man. The sweep continues.
I thought it was going to be a real pain.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been either this or a real pain. I'm happy with this, though. I really liked Honora's screenplay.
Yeah. No, honestly, this one I was... didn't I pick Honora for screenplay, too?
I think you did. Yeah, you did. So, people are hating on the Honora screenplay win, though.
No, I like the script. I don't know, it just feels very... I don't know. Like, we spoke about it when we talked about the movie.
Yeah, no, I like it, too. I feel like it's very kind of real. It's very, like,
real
Sean
world.
Baker style is kind of like that, so... Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Adapted screenplay, Conclave. Conclave got some love, which is good. I'm happy that they did. I'm happy with this.
Yeah, I was fine with this.
I think this deserved it. I think it had a really good screenplay.
Yeah, I feel like it was gonna be either this or Sing Sing. Everyone was talking.
And this was a film that relied heavily on dialogue and stuff. So
yeah, I'm
very happy with that. Flow,
yes.
Best animated feature.
I was very happy about this. I loved Flow. It was good to see, and it's cool. It was the first. I think it was the first independent animated movie to win an Oscar, which is
Yeah, it's
really
usually
cool.
it's cool.
usually-
The last 3 years, it's been was it Miyazaki? Is he the one who does all the?
He did last year that one, and then the year after that was
Yeah, it was like Studio Ghibli, and then the year before was Netflix for Pinocchio. So it's been 3 years without a Disney.
It used to be just like a Disney shoo-in.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like you can argue the like themes being tackled in animation now are much deeper than what they were back then. So the quality of movies are going to get better.
Yeah, I haven't
Like-
seen Flow yet. That's like one of the
But
only ones.
I'll say this about Flow before we move on. Compared to the other movies, there's no dialogue in Flow. So the fact that it's able to portray such a strong message without any lines being spoken speaks testaments to how well it's animated. That's how I feel about it.
I gotta check it out. It's on Max, so
Yeah.
I'll watch it soon. Production design, wicked.
Yeah.
Would I like
my
to see
pick.
this go to Nosferatu? But
I just feel
I'm
like
glad Wicked won something.
the scale of Wicked was just so much like bigger than all the other movies. It literally felt like it felt like they were in Hogwarts, honestly, like when they were in the school and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. I feel like Dune Part 2 or Nosferatu I would have preferred, but
I mean,
I'm happy with. I don't know. I'm still happy. I'm happy with.
a
it.
lot of Doom Part 2 is just out in the fucking desert.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, but you're
the
not designing the desert. You know what I mean? They didn't build the desert. They just showed up.
Yeah, but dude, it's not like the whole thing is in the desert. There's
No,
actual,
I
like,
know.
landmarks and stuff that they're in.
Yeah.
Costume design, Wicked again.
Yeah.
Another. I would have liked Nosferatu for this.
I feel like Nosferatu or Conclave all would have been fine.
Yeah, but again, happy Wicked got some recognition.
Yeah.
So, cinematography, The Brutalist. I'm pretty happy with that.
That's fine.
I thought
yeah.
it was very well shot. Doom Part 2 probably should have won that though, for being honest.
Yeah.
Then editing, Anora. Happy
Wicked
with
was
that.
nominated for editing?
Yeah, that
What?
makes no sense to me.
I didn't know that. The fuck? I thought honestly Saturday Night had phenomenal fucking editing. I thought that would have been in there.
Yeah, and also Dune. Dune could have got
Yeah,
to us
Dune
in
as
there
well,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm happy with Anora.
Yeah.
Continue the Anora sweep. Makeup and hairstyling, The Substance. Very happy with that.
Yeah.
That makes perfect
I
sense
think
to
they were
me.
the best by far.
A Different Man would have been cool too.
Yeah. Happy to see because I feel like The Substance was nominated for a bunch but only got one award, but happy to see it
Yeah,
won.
at least it's an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah.
Sound, Dune Part 2. Happy
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Dune got some love. I mean, this one seemed obvious to me at least. I don't really think the sound from any other
what's
of these other
weird?
films kind of.
Why? Like for the Wild Robot, like I don't know, you record in a sound booth, so it's like obviously significantly easier than like recording on a set, and
Yeah.
I thought that was very strange.
Yeah.
Wait, my
I don't
laptop's
really-
dying. I'm just going. My laptop's dying. I just have to plug it in.
No, you're good, dude. Don't worry. So yeah, I guess next one is visual effects. I'll talk about until Joe gets back. Although he's definitely gonna want to add something to this. But Doom Part 2, I'm happy with it. I feel like that was a bit of a surprise. I know probably the go-to pick would have been Planet of the Apes, just because like the entire film is VFX. So I'm happy with that though. Let's wait for Joe to get his shit together here.
Some technical difficulties. Sorry.
You good, Joe?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about visual effects, Doom Part 2. I think that was a bit of a surprise. I feel like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I thought Planet of the Apes. I'm surprised again. What is Wicked
I'm happy,
going
though.
on there?
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like it was
The
getting.
CGI was like not even that great.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it
horrible.
was fine.
Wicked, honestly.
You thought it was bad.
I thought it was bad. The physical sets were like very good, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't
strange.
like the
Original score, The Brutalist. Very happy with this. This was my pick. I love
Yeah.
the Brutalist score.
People were angry with Wicked, but most of the songs in Wicked aren't original. They're based off the play, so they don't
Yeah.
qualify. So I don't know why
Yeah.
people were freaking out about that.
Original song, El Mal from Amelia Perez.
Sure.
This was like
Very
one of the most
strange.
embarrassing. It was just a weird speech.
yeah.
They started like singing it, but like didn't stop.
Yeah.
And
I
it-
thought they were
it was
gonna
just-
sing. Yeah, I don't know. Sure.
Bro, this
They were
movie
probably
should-
listen when you win an Oscar, you're probably geeking. I'm not judging. I'm sure you'd be
Yeah.
acting like a freak up there too, but I don't know.
I don't know if I would have. There's nothing here that I probably would have picked, honestly. Maybe the song from Sing Sing, but documentary feature, No Other Land. I didn't see this, but I do find it kind of interesting. Did you watch the speech?
I don't remember.
So apparently,
it's banned in the US.
This guy is Israeli.
Yes, and the other
this guy is Palestinian. So that's like really cool to me how they're able to work together to like make something, and both realize there's a better way to make peace or whatever. I'm not trying to fucking get.
I do want to watch the movie, but it's just currently banned in the US, so we can't watch it.
Damn, I did not know that. That's interesting. International feature, I'm Still Here. Thank God this did not go to Amelia Perez. I still haven't seen I'm Still Here. That and Nickel Boys are the two best pictures that I didn't get a chance to watch yet. So
I want Flo to win, but I've heard that very good things about this movie. So
I don't really have thoughts on this one, but animated short, In the Shadow of Cyprus. I don't.
Something about I know they both mentioned they're Iranian, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Documentary short, The Only Girl in the Orchestra.
Again, that's about
I haven't seen.
A woman in New York who was like the first female something player in an orchestra, and it's like about her life. Apparently, it's good.
Yeah, seems like it's Then live action short, I'm Not a Robot. I actually saw the live action shorts this year, so I'm happy with this win. Yeah, I'm happy with this pick. It's funny. My favorite was I think this one, Anuja, and then second was I'm Not a Robot. It's basically like about this woman that when you do like the CAPTCHA shit when it's like you have to prove you're not a robot.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just
she can't do it and then finds out she's a robot, and it's funny.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably go next year. I saw them at the IFC Center. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Aside from paying $40 for 2 beers and a popcorn, it was fun. But yeah, that's the Oscars. I would say. Well, let's talk a little bit about like the presentation itself. I guess I liked Conan.
Yeah, Conan was having fun. Felt like.
Yeah, I think he's better than what's his face.
Yeah, Kimmel the loser.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kimmel.
Conan. He was fun. He seemed like he actually was enjoying himself.
Yeah, he was funny. I liked the intro a lot with the Substance. That was cool. Him coming out, and then
they did the song number and everything.
Yeah, they had Deadpool. Fucking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Deadpool.
They had the Sandworm.
Yeah,
that stuff was funny. He came straight for Carla, Sophia.
Yeah, that was mad fun.
Gascon, whatever.
He handled it really well though.
Bro, that was like a risky joke, to be honest. Like directly addressing that. But
I mean,
I'm glad. I mean, it really is the elephant in the room.
Yeah. She also handled it fine too. She just like took it.
Yeah, because bro, what can you do? Like you did tweet that shit at the end of the day, So
yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty good ceremony.
Yeah.
Aside from that, no one got slapped. Nothing crazy happened.
Crazy, yeah.
I wonder what we would have like thought, because we weren't too big into movies as we are now when that happened. Like I was, but I wasn't watching the Oscars live. I
definitely wasn't at that point.
Yeah, so I wonder like what we would have talked, like how we would have talked about that on here and stuff. But yeah, that was fun. Fun Oscars. I love the Oscars. I know people don't really like them, but if you're into film, like this is your Super Bowl at the end of the day. It's like the final climax of the year. Just all the films that you watch throughout the whole year.
Heading into the awards.
Yeah, so very fun until next year. Yeah. Any early Oscar predictions for next year? Best Picture? Wolfman? Nothing great has come out so far.
Wolfman. Oh, this year nominated. Yeah. Honestly, no. There's nothing really even.
I'm hoping Julia for movie comes out this year.
But I feel like she doesn't really get like international buzz though.
Or just like, well, I mean, Titan. I'm pretty sure that must have been nominated for international feature. It won like the Palme d'Or and everything.
Let me see. Let's look it up.
Let's see, Titan
nominations.
Oscars. Oh, wait, it was not nominated for an Oscar. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like if that came out this year, it would have been nominated. Because that was like too much for the Oscars back then. But think about like The Substance and Poor Things. So I hope she gets some love. But
yeah, bro, I can't honestly, like I'm trying to think about it. I literally have no idea what would win like Best Picture.
I gotta look at the 2025 most anticipated that we made the other
None
episode.
of those are even like critically acclaimed though.
Michael Jackson, best actor.
I doubt it.
Begonia, best picture, maybe.
Begonia, maybe.
Smashing Machine, The Rock, best actor. Ooh, dude,
That would be crazy. I mean,
it's possible, man.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Here's some predictions for the 2026 Oscars.
What do they got?
This is not even really predicted films of this. It's saying like Zootopia 2 for animated. I don't think that's gonna. Avatar: Fire and Ash for sequel, but there's no there's not a thing. Frankenstein for adapted script. That's not like the worst.
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro one for animated.
It's possible, man. Bro, he won best picture.
Oh yeah, for Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, yeah.
All right. So, actually, this is a pretty big one. People are saying The Life of Chuck apparently is very good.
Mike Flanagan.
Yeah. The History of Sound apparently is supposed to be really good.
That's what Paul Mescal, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
But also, I remember like looking at a list from like maybe around this time last year for like the 2024 Oscars. I remember seeing Bird was on there with Barry Keoghan that got no love at all.
I forgot about that.
Queer was on there. A couple others.
Queer was, at least, Sentimental Value. I don't know what that is. Michael, Marty Supreme, After the Hunt. Caught Stealing, yeah. Jupiter. I don't know what that is. A Russian oligarch reckons with harsh truths related to them.
Whatever. We can move on, dude.
Yeah.
At this point. But
yeah.
All right. So it was a fun Oscars, but we'll talk about our last film here. And this is one of my personal favorite films of all time. This is one that when I was first getting into film, it's one of the first kind of films that took me out of my comfort zone. It's an international film. It has a weird sort of subject matter. And I stepped away from it the first time I watched it, like, damn, like a movie can make you feel this way.
Yeah.
And that way was fucking disgusted, honestly. But I'm referring to the film Raw, directed by Julia Ducournau. And I'll read a little synopsis here. Yeah. So here's the tagline. What are you hungry for? It's pretty good. In Justine's family, everyone is a vet and a vegetarian. At 16, she's a gifted teen ready to take on her first year in vet school, where her older sister also studies. There she gets no time to settle. Hazing starts right away. Justine is forced to eat raw meat for the first time in her life. Unexpected consequences emerge as her true self begins to form. Long-ass synopsis. But I fucking love this movie, dude. I love Raw. I love Julia Ducournau. The main actress, I think her name is like Garance,
she doesn't really have a lot of
Garance Marillier. Sorry if I'm butchering that.
Right.
She's in Titan as well. But yeah, dude, I just love how this movie made me feel. It just kind of, well, I don't love how it made me feel, but I love that it made me feel a certain way, which was kind of like uneasy and like just kind of like queasy and like nasty. There's a lot in this film that is just like disgusting, but it's not just the cannibalism. There's just like imagery in that sort of like makes you always kind of feel uneasy throughout, and you're kind of like, oh, this is disgusting, like what's going on. The fact that they're at a vet school, they can show stuff with animals. They have that one scene where they go into a room and there's like the jars with animals like and liquid and stuff
like that. Yeah.
There's a scene where the main girl's sister has her fucking hand in a horse's ass. That's obviously not a great sight to look at all, But yeah, I feel like the way that it tackles cannibalism is very realistic. It's not like super out there. I feel like it's not like, oh, we're in a cult and we're cutting people up and doing this. It's just like
curiosity.
For some reason we have this desire and we have this urge to eat human flesh. Yeah. And it's like, it's not something that they love to do. It's just a part of their life. It's genetic. Yeah. Which I guess I guess that was a spoiler, but spoilers for Raw. But yeah, I love how the idea of cannibalism is portrayed in this movie. Um, And yeah, I think Julia, I'm just gonna call her Julia because I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. She is a master of body horror,
Yeah.
and throughout this film, there is some really great body horror that even the stuff that doesn't have to do with cannibalism, like the rash that she gets, and things like that, like the finger getting cut off. Dude, that scene with the finger, that's one of my favorite scenes, like in any movie.
Yeah, I remember
ever.
you like even before we watched it together. Well, we both have seen it before we rewatched it, and when that scene was coming up, you like mentioned it to me, like you were like, "Yo, I gotta like prepare myself because it's a little too,
Dude, just like the way that. Sorry, you know what? I'm gonna let you talk because I've been rambling.
Nah, you're good. I agree with Matt that it's, and honestly, the first time I watched this, I wasn't really into like movies or anything like that, so I didn't really appreciate a lot of like the little things. Like, for example, that opening sequence of like her at the party where they're just like following her around. That's a really well shot scene. That whole scene's great. But like when I watched it the first time, I didn't even like. I watched that, but like didn't comprehend like anything that.
Yeah, like how camera movement works and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's
like
not something that you really think of.
Yeah, but now like watching it on the second viewing, I appreciate a lot of that stuff way more. But you are right. There's like a level of like kind of gross, like grotesqueness to this movie, even down to like their clothing. How they always have to wear the white gown, and it's kind of like gross and disgusting that they wear it all the time. But you're right. There are a lot of really good body horror elements. Especially, I know there's the ending kind of body horror scene is like stands out to me a lot. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you covered a lot of it, dude. It's just It's like you said, for you, it's one of those movies that when you first can really like feel something when you're watching a movie. And
it was like the light bulb went off my head. I was like, wait. There's more to this world than superhero movies.
Yeah.
Also, cop the if you could see it back there, the Blu-ray, the raw Blu-ray. Good thing we had that. This movie's kind of like impossible to find, a little bit. I recommended one of my friends to watch it, and she like couldn't get it on Amazon Prime. It's like not even on Amazon Prime. Really? The only way to watch it would be either to have the disc, or do like through Vudu, which is now called Fandango at Home. But just very strange. It used to be on Netflix.
I may have to buy it then. I didn't know that. Yeah, the physical media, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We're big physical media guys here at the Cool Epic Awesome Podcast.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing, bro, I could hear it in the mic.
What?
What are you doing, bro? I could hear it in the mic.
Oh no, I just had a belt. I was just like rolling it up.
Oh no, you're.
Wow.
I thought you were like taking your pants off. I was like, dude.
No.
This raw discussion is.
No.
But it was shot in Belgium. I don't know if I know we were talking about like where it was shot. We couldn't figure it out. We thought it was France. But what else we got? I want to talk about that finger scene. That's my favorite scene in the movie. So for those of you who haven't seen it, basically there's a scene where I think her name is, sorry, I just want to get the names of the characters. Yeah, Justine. So Justine has an older sister that's at the vet school, and her name is Alexia. And there's a scene where Alexia's kind of like, okay, like you're gonna have to lose your virginity, whatever. Let's do a Brazilian. So she's trying to like wax her hair down there, and then at some point she's like, oh, I can't do it. It hurts too much. So they get a scissor to like snip it. And then Justine kind of like kicks and accidentally like chops off the finger of Alexia. But what happens after that is Alexia passes out, and then Justine takes the finger. At first she goes to the fridge to kind of like, you're supposed to say if you like lose a body part, you have to keep it cold so that they can reattach it. But then she looks at it, and like the blood drips onto her finger, and you can kind of see her like getting that urge. And she basically eats the finger, but just the way that they show it and like the blood dripping off the prosthetic finger, and she kind of like catches it in her mouth and then starts like nibbling on it as if it's like a fucking corn on the cob. Yeah, it's way so disgusting.
The like flesh comes off the bone. It's just very like, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know. I think just because maybe it's something that like obviously everyone has a finger, but it's being treated and it looks like food in that scene, almost like a chicken wing or like a corn on the cob, the way the meat comes off the bone. it makes you unsettled. It's very unsettling.
Yeah, it makes your skin crawl. It looks so realistic, like it looks real.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched that, dude. I was like, I almost threw up. There's a couple movies that almost made me throw up. One of them, Terrifier 3, in the theater. Yeah, the glass shard scene made me sick. I had to walk out of the theater for a second.
Honestly,
get a water.
Like the substance I had, I don't like the first kind of birthing scene. Like fuck with me so much. I don't know why. Because I didn't know anything about it going in. But
yeah, another one that almost made me throw up was, I think I mentioned this on here. Lars von Trier, Nymphomaniac Volume 2. Don't want to go into detail right now about that one. But yeah, aside from like the cannibalism aspect, this is a coming of age story, and it's sort of about like a girl kind of finding herself. It has obviously some sort of like different theme than the actual literal cannibalism. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's like a sexual thing. I don't know if it's like
I feel like it's supposed to be like a sexual awakening.
It
like
could
kind
be
of her like first experience, like because like I don't know. That is a theme in the movie, regardless of the cannibal stuff. Like there's the running plot point about her losing her virginity.
Yeah, like sex is prevalent in the movie.
Yeah, so I feel like it's supposed to maybe represent like I don't know. Like,
and yeah, there is that. You could be right, because there also is that sex scene that's kind of like very primal, and she bites the guy's neck and stuff.
But I feel like because also in the beginning she's more like, before she's eating, she's more timid and shy, and as she eats more meat, you see she becomes more outgoing, and like she starts to pursue that guy that her sister's also going after.
Yeah, she gains the confidence. There's that scene of her like in the mirror, like kissing the mirror and shit.
I feel like it's supposed to be like her cannibalism is supposed to be a metaphor for like her kind of like, I guess, gaining like sexual maturity and like kind of feel learning about herself is like she that's the way I interpret it.
That's definitely a valid interpretation.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. I don't know if that's fully it. I feel like it might be more of just like
womanhood, maybe.
I don't know about like, I don't know if it's if I'm like belittling the plot a little bit. I feel like it might just be kind of like going off to college on your own, or like in a way, just like having the freedom to do what you want. And I don't know that. I feel like
you're also.
It definitely could be sex, but I just don't know for sure.
I feel like you're looking at the college stuff like more through an American point of view than like internationally. Because I feel like it's different. Like I don't know.
I mean, there is the hazing aspect. Which is
yeah. But
I feel like that was kind of realistic with like apparently I mean, I wasn't in a frat, but I've heard. We have a cousin who's a big frat star
person,
and we've heard that hazing is pretty rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they kind of nailed that kind of element with like the hazing and stuff. But yeah, random. It was originally rated NC-17, and they got it pushed down to R.
I wonder what they cut.
I don't know if they cut anything, but I mean, it's not that this is like super, super insanely grotesque. There is like a lot, obviously, which we've been talking about, but I feel like maybe the fact that like the subject matter is cannibalism, so we're talking about like humans eating humans.
Yeah,
that subject matter might be like why it was NC-17. I actually remember when this movie was coming out, and like people were talking about, people are throwing up at this and stuff, because this was 2016.
Yeah,
which was, oh my god, 9 fucking years ago, dude. Holy shit. But that was like the first year I started high school, I think.
How the fuck do you even watch it?
I remember. No, I didn't watch it, but I remember hearing about it. I remember hearing about it because I remember hearing, there's this movie about cannibals that like has people throwing up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, 2016, bro. 2016 being 9 years ago just had me shook for a second. Yeah. But yeah, also another thing I want to mention, this is a directorial debut, which is insane, really insane.
She reminds me a lot of the like trajectory of Corley Fargette, because they both have two directorial debuts. I mean, not two directorial. They both like have 2 films under their belt, and both are pretty like either at least one of them are critically acclaimed.
Yeah, you have to watch Titane.
Yeah, I know.
Really good, really good.
Have you seen Revenge?
No, I've not seen Revenge. I've heard good things. What else we got to say about this? You have anything? Favorite scene?
Probably the towards the end when she finds the guy with his leg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's another like, kind of like shocking moment. And that makeup looks great.
Yeah, of the bone.
Yeah, that looks really cool. She like stabs him, right, with the fucking
with the ski thing.
Yeah. I guess what were your thoughts on the ending?
I like it. I think it's cool that like it kind of wraps up the story because everything makes sense at the end. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't feel like any bad way about it. I guess I don't know.
They basically, for those of you that haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this, but they basically confirm that the mother of the two daughters, because both of the daughters are cannibals. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the mother was a cannibal, and the dad just learned to live with it. And he basically tells the daughter at the end, like, you'll figure it out, like your mother did. So it's revealed that like the cannibalism in this world is hereditary, so it's passed on to your kids.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. It was like a little kind of ending thing. I don't know. Like you said, I think it works, but I don't like necessarily absolutely love it. You know.
Yeah.
But favorite character?
Probably the main girl. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, Justine. I love that actress, dude. I wish she was in more shit.
Yeah, she's really good. She's talented.
She's also in Junior, that short film that we talked about.
I still haven't seen that yet.
But Julia's next movie is called Alpha. Hopefully will release this year. I think it will. I think that has a real shot at some Oscar push, especially if it comes out this year because there's not like much coming out.
Yeah. Oh, look, let me see.
Yeah, we looked like 2 weeks ago, and there wasn't really anything on like release dates. But yeah, I agree. I think Justine was my favorite character here.
I'm looking at the Alpha thing, but like who's Goal? Oh, I've never seen this actress.
Yeah, she's the one from what's it called? Extraction.
Apparently,
I was talking about.
She's in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I saw that too, but she probably plays like a side character or something.
I low-key feel like she plays like. Do you remember in the one with Javier Bardem? There's like that random mermaid.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. But
whatever.
Let's get back to Raw though. What else we got to say? There's got to be more. There's got to be more. It's a short film. It's 90 minutes. I don't know. I feel like we pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
But all right, we get to ratings.
Yeah. So I give it a 4.5. So 9 out of 10. It exceeds on so many levels. Not only as a body horror film, but just the way it's shot. Very, very well written. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely appreciate it more on the second watch than the first.
Cool. Yeah, I gave it a 5-star, 10 out of 10. One of my very rare 5-star films. I think I only have like 20 out of like 1,700 movies watched. Maybe I'm too harsh of a critic, but yeah, I love everything about this movie. I'm a big fan of body horror. I love how this movie is able to sort of keep this level of like dread and tension throughout the entire runtime, from like the first instance of Justine eating meat all the way till the end. There's just like this sense of sort of like disgust and dread that just like the movie is able to keep up.
Yeah.
And yeah, love the direction. It's well shot, like you said. And yeah, I might be like a little bit biased here just because I watched this film when I was sort of in a point in my film career, quote unquote, that something that was a little bit better than an Avengers movie might have sat with me for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I watched this movie at a great time in terms of like
where you were like kind of growing in your film taste, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I love it, man. Guys, check it out if you haven't seen it already, and we got to get Julia some more recognition. So,
you know what movie that was for me? That like the light bulb went off.
What?
Mother.
Morbius? Wait, say it again. Sorry.
Mother.
Oh, Mother. Yeah, dude. That was like we talked about that on like our second episode. I think.
No, I don't know if it was the second one, but it was pretty early on.
Yeah, actually, the second one I think was Birdman.
Yeah.
So it must have been like the fourth.
It was one of the first. It was one of the early ones.
Yeah, I love Mother.
Yeah.
Mother's great.
I love Mother.
But I guess we can move on now. Before we wrap things up, we'll do our little Q&A, and then we'll bid you guys farewell.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got a couple questions this week. Let's see what we got. I think we got some good ones, man.
Nice. What do we got?
Okay. So this is from at Eric Thorpe Reviews on Instagram. Thank you for the question. And he asks...
Thank you, Eric.
Well, it's not really a question, but he says, Adrian Brody, DCU Joker, comma, Mikey Madison, DCU Harley Quinn, question mark.
Isn't there like a 40-year age gap between them?
Yeah, Eric, you should have thought that one through.
Yeah.
Buddy.
I mean...
But
I don't know,
no, those are both good casts, but I wouldn't
together,
imagine them together.
Yeah, like you either got to do a younger Joker with Mickey or an older Harley Quinn with Adrian. I don't see the Adrian Joker. I see him more, honestly, as Green Goblin.
He would be a good Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I feel like he would be a good Norman Osborn, but we'll see.
Yeah, I could see each of them. Like, I think Brody has the skill to play Joker. He's got the chops for sure. And Mikey, same for Harley. I think she would be a good Harley, especially based on her Nora performance. Yeah. But them two as a couple, I don't know if I could see that. You know. Yeah, that doesn't but anyways, thank you, Eric, for the review. I mean, for the question.
The question.
And yeah, Eric Thorpe Reviews. Go check him out on Instagram. So next up is from Jake's Review Corner on Instagram. So thank you for the question.
Thanks for the question,
go check
Jake.
him out, guys. How do we feel about Zoe beating Demi? Doesn't seem like a worthy performance. I think you meant
Zoe beating
Ariana or Mikey or Mikey beating Demi. So I guess we'll answer both of those.
I mean, I was
Zoe.
Go
ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I mean, I'm obviously a big Substance guy, so I was kind of upset that I wanted Demi Moore to win the Best Actress, but obviously Mickey Madison is well deserving as well. So it's not the worst.
Yeah, to me, it's more of just like a surprise. I really thought this was Demi's to win. So, I don't know. I'm happy with it. I think Mikey Madison gave a better performance than Demi Moore, in my opinion. But it just, it sucks to see because there was all this build-up around Demi Moore's performance, and it had like a perfect story, honestly, of, this actress that everyone knows and loves, but she never really had any awards love, and then she comes out with this great movie, and there's all this build-up, and then she ends up losing.
Well, she got the Golden Globe, I guess.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they say the Golden Globes is just a drunk rehearsal for the Oscars, apparently. Yeah. So, and then Zoe, we talked about it before, but she was honestly, I love Zoe Saldana, great actress, definitely worthy of an Oscar. Not for this movie. She was probably my last pick in that category. Yeah. But anyways, thank you for the question. Check out Jake's Review Corner on Instagram. Next up, this is from a good buddy of mine, Salim Belyayev on Instagram. Thanks, Salim, for the question. Really appreciate it. He asks, how has the ways in which you watch movies changed since you started the podcast? That is a great question.
That is a really good question.
And honestly, I would say in general, it hasn't really changed too much. But I notice when I watch movies that I know that we're discussing, I tend to like lock in a lot more and sort of like think more about the intricacies of the scenes and relationships between characters and sort of think of talking points while I watch. And I feel like that's honestly a better way to watch film just because you're able to pick up a lot. And one of the best things about film is the ability to discuss it after because it is an art form. And I think hearing other people's opinions on film is really important, and they're just fun to talk about, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure you share my sentiment, Joe. Yeah. I don't know if you want to add to that.
I feel like if any, I probably changed the most because I feel like you already had kind of a movie background before we started this. When we went to the first episode, I probably only went to the movies for like Marvel or the superhero stuff. So I definitely pay more attention to like if I see a shot, I think about more what they had to do to get that shot, or like how they got this camera angle this way, or like the lighting in this thing, like stuff like that I would never even pay attention to in the past. I appreciate more now. Like I'll give you an example, like the opening scene in Babylon, that party sequence. If I would have watched that 3 years ago, I would have not. I would be like, oh, that's cool, like cool. But I would have never even thought about the intricacies of the camera work, how they had to choreograph every, like, you know what I mean? Just kind of that type of thing.
I think, not to cut you off there, but I think when Babylon came out, that was kind of like when we were first kind of starting this. We didn't talk about it for some reason, but
really,
yeah. We might have to recommend that one.
Yeah, because I'm surprised. You love Babylon. I mean, I like it too, but I know you're a big fan.
I told you when you went to go see it, because we saw it separately. I was like, bro, when they do that like scene for the first party, pay attention to like how the camera moves and how there's no cuts at all. And then I remember you like texted me after, and you were like, yeah, that was insane. Like, so
that's like a 2-minute shot of just like them going around the house.
Yeah. It makes you. I mean, it's not necessarily because of the podcast, but I guess just because of like the love of film in general. Yeah, like it makes you appreciate like certain aspects more. You know,
through the podcast, I've been able to watch and appreciate films much more than I did in the past. You know?
Yeah. It's been a great ride. We started with some shoestrings. I tried to like start this podcast for free. Basically, we each spent $100 on a mic and just like recorded through Discord. Yeah. Now we officially leveled up. Yeah. So
we got a face cam. We got our handles
nice
in the
little
thing
mic.
now.
Look at this. See this thing over there. I got a light. You guys can't see. Oh.
We also both got jobs between then and now.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this isn't our
day job. I wish. That'd be sick.
All right. We'll do one more question. Yeah. This is from @Tyler Najara, another good friend of mine. Tyler, thank you for asking us a question here. And he says, did Anora deserve Best Picture, or is the board smoking crack? I think two things can be true at once. Yeah. I would say the board probably is smoking crack, just because a lot of their takes have been insane recently. Yeah. Have you seen like, it's like, an anonymous board member has said that they didn't finish Dune 2, or they didn't watch The Brutalist because it was too long. Yeah. Dude, like, your job is to watch this.
That's crazy. I know, that's insane. That's like me going to my boss and being like, I didn't read the entire patient profile because it was too long. And I like completely missed that they have something wrong with them.
Yeah, I feel like being invited to be on the Academy is like a privilege.
And an honor, yeah.
And why are they getting people, or why are they allowing people to be a part of this who are unwilling to watch the movies that they're supposed to be voting for?
Well, not even that. Obviously, they don't enjoy movies. If you're not, like, you should just want to watch these things because they're nominated and because they're good forms of artwork. Like, you're an Academy Award what's the term?
Just a member. Academy member, yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just insane that people can make statements like that and be so high up in the film and media industry, but yeah.
So to answer your question, I would say Nora deserved Best Picture, but also Academy members are smoking crack, I would say. So
I wasn't my pick for Best Picture, but again, it's a very good movie. It's not, I'm not taking anything away from
it wasn't my number one pick either, but I still think it was deserving.
Yeah. It was not like it was like a Familia Perez one. That would have been like fucking insane.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I guess we could wrap things up here. I'm not going to recommend a list for next episode. I think we're going to try something different because we've been through a ton of lists, and we're going to try to do some sort of like movie trivia, like guess the movie, like who could guess the movie first, some shit like that, just to like make some, just to spice it up and use it as like short form content, because that type of stuff does really well on TikTok. So we'll be clip farming. But so Joe, you want to recommend a movie?
Yeah. So I actually have a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. Let me just look up when it came out. It's directed by Quentin Tarantino. It came out in 2003, and it's Kill Bill, which I haven't seen in a very long time.
I've seen Kill Bill, bro.
I haven't seen that in a very long time. I feel like I watched it like when I was really young with Dad. But
probably. I think we watched it with him. For some reason I have a memory of that.
I just know like her husband gets killed on his wedding day, and it's like about that, essentially.
I love Kill Bill. It's a good rec. And we'll have a lot to talk about with that, because
I know a lot of people say the action scenes in this movie are like insane.
Yeah, they are. Dude, it's a great movie. But yeah, we'll also have Mickey 17, our first good movie of the year.
Yeah.
Which I'll be seeing Thursday night.
It's
in
actually
IMAX.
crazy. It's March.
I know.
Everything's been like it's 2.5.
Yeah. Presents, I think, was the best movie so far.
Yeah, actually, I lied. Presents, I gave a 4, and that was the best movie this year so far.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate the support. Yeah. A lot of you guys voted on our what's it called? When we asked you guys to recommend movies, a lot of you guys left recommendations, so we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Any interaction with like our fans,
it's nice.
Really, really appreciate that. Yeah. So definitely follow us on social media if you're not already. We're on YouTube, which is where you're watching this probably. Yeah. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, X, TikTok. Definitely check out our TikTok because I spend hours making TikToks. So it would be cool to get some support on there. Yeah. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys. So subscribe also. I'll say that. Subscribe. Give us a like. And yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks for episode 68. Thanks, everyone.
Peace.